Hello. 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 Okay. Oh, sorry for the inconvenience. Oh, let us just start. So I'll just start with the inheritance. So hope you have listened the previous concepts. Okay, let us just start with the inheritance concept. Hello. Okay, let us just start with the inheritance. So in C++, we have discussed inheritance concept same as in Java, but in C++, we have discussed different types of inheritance. I mean, 4 different types of inheritance that are single inheritance, multiple inheritance, multi-level inheritance, and the hybrid or hierarchical inheritance. So those are the different inheritance concepts which we have discussed in C++. But in Java, we have only 2 types. One is single inheritance, another one is multi-level inheritance. Okay, multiple inheritance, what are the drawbacks of those, why they are not in Java, we will discuss in the inheritance chapter. Okay, these are the inheritance basics. So Java support inheritance by allowing one class to incorporate another class into its declaration. I mean, one class will make use of the properties of another class. So we will discuss, we have discussed in the C++. But in C++, one thing is that class subclass name followed by a colon followed by a access specifier followed by a superclass name we have provided. But in Java, you can observe here in the slide that class subclass name extends superclass. Okay, so this is actually we have to write for the subclass. So superclass as it is. Okay, so we will see an example. So okay, so inheritance, this can be done using a extends keyword, and this is must. There is no colon, there is no access specifier for specifying the class name, superclass name. Okay, so here class subclass name extends superclass name. So within that you can have subclass variable declaration and the method declaration you could have. Okay, next is let us just discuss with an example. So class A is having 2 variables and 1 method, and class B. So class A is a superclass. So here in the comment line I have specified class B is a subclass which is extending a superclass. So class B extends a class A, right? So here you can observe that class A is having 2 variables and 1 method which is displaying I and J values. Okay, so class B is having a int variable k, and it is displaying that show k. Okay, it is displaying the value within that class. And finally Here you can observe that in the derived class or in the subclass, so void sum function is there. So which is what it is doing, which is summing up all the variables which are there in a subclass and the superclass also. Okay, so I and j are the superclass variables and k is a subclass variable. So we are finally summing up all those values so that subclass can make use of the variables which are available in a superclass also. I mean, we are our subclass can inherit all the properties, methods, even the methods as well as the variables that are available with the superclass. Okay, and next is, here you can see that in an example, class simple inheritance, within that we have void main. So till now we have seen only single class which is having a main, and in the earlier example or a class introduction we have discussed a class which is having a variables and another class is having a method. But here in this example, one is superclass, another one is subclass, and the next one is the a class which is having a main function. So which class is having a main function, that class name should be the file name. So this is I'm repeatedly telling. Okay, which class is having a main method definition, that class name should be the file name dot java. Okay, simple inheritance dot java, which is having one superclass, one subclass, and this class simple inheritance which is having a main method. So within that main method, you have to create an object. You can just create an object for the subclass. That is enough. We have discussed that in a C++. It is same. But here you can also create an object for a superclass also. Okay, that is also okay. There is no problem. Okay. Here a super object, so this is an object for the super class, and we are allocating a memory for that object by calling a constructor, a constructor. So b sub object, so this is a sub object new b. So we are calling a constructor and allocating a memory, so that super object and a sub object will be having a separate memory location, and super object will be having I and j variable, and sub object will be having only k, and also it is inheriting the properties of a. It can inherit or it can use I and j values also, so that super object will be having ij, sub object will be having ij and the k, ij and the k. Sub object can access ij k, but super object can only have the permission to access I and j. Okay, so here you can observe that super object dot I. So I and j are the objects of superclass, sorry, instance variables of superclass, so that you can assign a values. 10 and 20 are the different values. So finally we are printing the contents of that. Then super object dot show ij. Show ij is a one of the method which we have in a class A. So in that class A, so here in the previous slide, here you can see that ij show ij. So which is there in a super class. So we are just displaying I and j values only with the super object. Here you can see that super object dot show ij. And sub object. So sub object is an object of the subclass which can have the permission to access I, j, and k its own variable. So sub object dot I is equal to 7. So we are assigning a different values. So right. So here 10 and 20 are there. Here 7 and 8 are there. So they will not be override. Okay, the values will not be overridden. So this is a separate memory space and this is a separate memory space. Right, so 10 and 20 will be there in a super object, 7 and 8 are there in a sub object. So this will be there. So the values of I and j will not be overridden. So keep it in mind. Sub object dot k 9. So in sub objects memory we have I, j, k and with the different values. So finally we are displaying the values by using sub object. Sub object dot show ij. So show ij is a one of the method which is declared, sorry, it is defined in a superclass. So this is a sub object. So subclass object can easily have the permission to access that show ij function. So in the show ij, what we are doing here in the previous slide, in show ij we are just displaying ij. In show k we are displaying a k value. And in a same class b or in the super sub class, we have some function which we are using I and j values of superclass, k value of subclass, and finally we are summing up. Okay, so here show ij and show k are called by a sub object, and we are leaving a line here, system.out.println. We are leaving an empty line, and finally what we are doing, we are just printing a sum of those variables which we have in superclass as well as in subclass. So by calling a sub object dot sum, sum is one of the method which is available with the subclass. Okay, inheritance concept is that it can make use of the superclass methods or variables, or and also it can have its own method. It can have its own method and its own variable. So here is that subclass, in the previous subclass, it can have extra k variable, show k function, and sum. This is extra. It can also make use of I and j variables and show ij function. So it is reusing of the code. Hope you understood this example. So let us have another example. In the C++, we have to have declared our the concept is that all the class variables or methods are private by default, but in Java it is not the case. Okay, so if you wanted to make it private, you have to precede the private keyword for a variable or for a method, and that is fixed. So here all the methods and the variables are public by default, or else default. In the case public by default, indicating that the variables and the methods can be used within a package, indicating that there are several set of classes. So say for example 10 classes are there, all those 10 classes can be combined together and put it in a folder. So that folder you can call it as a package. Okay, so I'm just telling an example. Folder is not actually the package is different. Okay, so that folder, within that folder, whichever the classes are there, those classes can only have the permission to access the private variables of that class. So class A, which is having int I variable, so which is public by default. So there is no need of specifying a public keyword here. Okay, so the class variables and the methods are public by default here in the Java, but in C++, all the variables and the methods are private by default. So here I'm just showing that even though if we are inheriting the properties of superclass in a subclass, private variables will be private only to that class. No other class can access those private members, even though if we have inheritance concept. So that is what here is the program. Okay, the program contains an error, it will not compile. Why? Private members remain private to their class. Okay, so here class A is having a private variable, and within that a function we have set ij. So parameters, what are the parameters which we are passing, those values will get assigned. Okay, so here you can see that this is a public method, this is a private variable, and this is a public variable. So here we have not preceded anything, so it can be public by default. So, and in class B is a subclass which is extending a class A, indicating that class B can have permission to access all the variables and the methods, but not the private variables. That is the program is this. So int total, it is having its own variable, and int sum is its method. So what we are doing here in that, so int total, so total I plus j we are doing. So I plus j, I you can use, this is public. But J you cannot use. J is private to this class only. Private to this class only, indicating that the method which we have defined within that class can access that. But outside the class, no other classes or no other methods will have the permission to access that private data. So private int J cannot be accessed by a subclass. So this is here, you can see that class B extends A, total, the variable I plus J. I can be there, but it will throws the compile time error. Okay. Next. One permission is that if we have declared a private variable, then we are inheriting the class or a super class. So if you wanted to access those private variables also, there is one key or there is one hint. So that is using super. If you wanted to access the private variable which are declared in a super class private function, so using super you can access or you can make use of those variables and the methods, right? So that is the one concept. So using super, sometimes you want to create a super class that keeps the details of implementation itself. So I mean the private. So as I said, if you wanted to access a private data in a subclass, or superclass is having a private data, if you wanted to access that private data in a subclass, then you have to use the super keyword. Okay. Or we have one more concept, super constructor concept. Okay, I'll just explain. These points are not needed now. So here classroom is there. In that, length and breadth are two variables, and room is a constructor. Int x and y are the parameters of it. So respective x and values will get assigned to length and breadth. And int area indicating that we are returning something where you are calling. So return length into breadth. And class hall. So in this class hall is a subclass and which is extending a super class room. So in that we have another variable int height. So here I have marked clearly that which is a subclass and extends keyword, and this is a super class. And hall is having uh, three different parameters. So we have only one variable in a hall, but we have three different parameters. So what it is doing actually? So here we can see that super constructor or a super method which is having two parameters. So this indicating that so inside the subclass constructor we are calling the super class constructor. I mean we are assigning the values of x and y to the length and breadth. Instead of directly calling room, we are calling with a super. So this is one of the facility which we have. Okay, so that is height is equal to z. I mean first two parameters must pass to the superclass constructor, and next should be the value. The sequence should be like this only. First two parameters should pass to the superclass constructor. Next should be assigned to the subclass variable. And int volume. So here we are just multiplying all the three variables. The length and breadth are the superclass variables, and height is the subclass variable. So this is what always the first statement to be executed in the subclass constructor. So when you have created an object for a subclass hall subclass, so this is the first. I mean x and y values will just assign to the room. I mean this superclass constructor. So here inheritance test. So inheritance test dot java should be the file name. So here in this main method we have, so hall room 1. Room 1 is what? Hall room 1. So we are creating a object for a subclass room 1. Don't get confused with room 1. Okay, so hall is a subclass, room 1 is an object of that subclass. New hall, we are calling a constructor of the subclass by passing a parameters 14, 12 and the 10. 14, 12 and the 10. So 14, 12, 14 and 12 and the 10. 14 and 12 will get assigned to super and they are passed to the superclass constructor, and length and breadth will assign the same values. And next 10 value will assign to the height. And next int area 1. So why we have taken int area 1? So here it is int area which is returning a type int, integer. So right, so here we are returning something, so that is why the compatible variable should be defined in a main. So int area 1 is equal to room 1. Room 1 is a subclass object, so via subclass only you can call the methods of superclass and method of superclass. So room 1 is an object, area is a method in a superclass. So you can call and you can have a value. So length into breadth will be calculated and it will have it in a area 1. And next volume 1. So super subclass method here we have into volume. So return length into breadth into height. So room 1 is a subclass object which is calling its own function. So in blue line you can see that, sorry, blue letters. So this is a subclass. In red letters we have a superclass. Methods are variables. Okay. So finally we are printing area 1 and the volume 1 variables. Whatever we have stored in these variables, we are just printing the values. So area 1 will be having the superclass method variable, multiplication of those variables, and volume 1 will be having two superclass variables and one subclass variable, and all those are multiplied and it will give back the result. So this is how we can use super keyword or super constructor. So this is one commonly asked question, that what is the significance of super? Explain with an example. Or they may ask that what are the uses of super, or when do we use super? Explain with an example. Okay, so in that case you have to explain this. Only one example this is. Another example we have with the super keyword is here. So when you have to use super keyword, when you have to use super constructor, that you have to keep it in mind. Super keyword can be used only when we have a same variable in a subclass also, superclass also. Same named variables in a subclass also, superclass also. Then you can use super keyword. Then you can use super keyword. Superclass constructor or super constructor or a super method can be used only when you have like earlier example we have. So here, right? So when you are passing a parameter within a subclass constructor, then you have to use super constructor or a super method. Super key is used only when you have, here you can observe that class A is also having int I, class B is also having int I, right? Superclass is also having I, subclass is also having I. In that case you have to use super keyword in order to differentiate. Super, wherever you are prefixing with the keyword super, that is a superclass variable. That is a superclass variable. So here class B extends class A, int I. So within that we have a constructor B. So B class constructor, int A and int B. So we are passing a parameters. So super dot I is equal to A. So first parameter will get passed to the first argument and the superclass variable. So here super dot I indicates that I in A class. So super indicating that it's a superclass variable. So super keyword, one more time I am telling that super keyword will get used only when we have same variable in a subclass also and the superclass also. Then super dot I is equal to A and I is equal to B. So this I indicating that it's a subclass I. And here while printing also the same thing, super dot I and I. Super dot I indicating that the value of class A and I indicating that the value of class B. So this is a very important concept. Super class use super, and in the main method we have created a subclass object. B is a subclass. Sub object is the object of this B. New constructor we are calling 1 comma 2. So 1 is get passed to the superclass I, 2 is get passed to the subclass I, and finally we are displaying sub object dot show. Sub object dot show, which is just displaying the here this function. So show function which is displaying super dot I mean the one value, and I which we have assigned 2. Okay, so this is the value which we are going to assign. And in the next class we will discuss multi-level hierarchy. So in this class we have discussed inheritance concept. How do you inheritance a superclass to a subclass? So that is by using the extends keyword. There is no need of having a colon or access specifier to specify date. You can just have a subclass name followed by extends keyword followed by a superclass name. Within that you can have any number of variables and any number of methods, and you can only create a object for the subclass, and that is also required. Okay, and then when do you use a super keyword? When you wanted to keep data, I mean the variables as well as methods in a private as a private to only superclass, then you have to use super keyword. So in order to access those private members in a subclass, then you have to use super keyword. So there is a common question that is as what are the different uses of super? Explain the example. So this is common, and hope you understood the today's class concept, and this is very important. Keep learning, and thank you so much. Let us discuss the in the next class.